Hi, my name is Jen Rulon, and you may know me as Coach Jen. After knocking out 15 Ironman triathlons, I am an everyday, healthy human just like you. In this podcast, we will discuss how to metamorphosize into an everyday, healthy human through healthy physical habits and mindsets, as well as authentic living. Let's transform together in this journey called life and become the best, everyday, healthy human ever. Hello, and welcome to the Everyday Healthy Human podcast. I am your host, Jen Rulon, or you may know me on the gram as Coach Jen. Well, this is a quick little 5 to 10 minute conversation because people are now starting to ask me on the gram, on Facebook, questions to answer for my podcast. So let me grab the question that I asked. So I asked, hey, is there any topics you want me to discuss? And this was from one of my friends, and he goes, can you talk to us about getting back into racing after 5+ years off? Well, that is a fantastic question because I personally did that same thing, but I took what I call an 8-year sabbatical. And so I actually did 4 Ironmans, and then I took a break, went through some personal issues, lost my dad, had some miscarriages. So for me to be on a bike for 6 hours, I didn't want to be with myself. I didn't want to deal with the frustration, right? And I found Kool-Aid. I found CrossFit, drank the Kool-Aid, went to regionals as a team. But that's when you could just sign up. And then when I went to Ironman Hawaii with my ex-husband, who qualified and participated at Kona, I had that aha moment of like, oh my God, that's right. That's why we're here. I didn't want to go to the race as a spectator. I wanted to go to the race as a participant. So I did take that 8-year sabbatical, and here are 3 tips that I feel that helped me transition into getting ready for Ironman Florida. So I believe it was 2012 we were in Kona, and then a month later, Ironman Florida opened up, and I said, hey, I want to do Ironman Florida. And he's like, are you sure? And I said, yes. So I did Ironman Florida, and it was, it was an 8-year sabbatical. So the very first thing that I'm going to say, and you're going to be like, okay, thanks, Jen, duh, is guess what? You're 5 years older. You're 8 years older. You may be 10 years older when you get back into racing, and that's okay. You also have to remember you're not that person that you were. You weren't that football player who used to, who was the quarterback on the football team who got touchdowns every game and who could deadlift, 500 pounds, right? You're not a used to anymore, right? You are 5 years older. You're 7 years older. You're 8 years older. So physically, your body is changing. It's going to take a tad longer to recover. The recovery that you had as a 32-year-old, 35, even a 40-year-old is going to be way different than when you recover as a 45-year-old, as a 50-year-old. I stopped my Ironman triathlon training 2019, right before my 50th, right? The recovery time is going to take longer. So the biggest thing, and I highly recommend, get a coach. Yes, I'm going to plug my services. I have one-on-one coaching. I know what I'm doing. But my point is that your coach is going to be able to give you like a hard effort day versus an easy day, hard effort day versus an easy day. Like that coach is going to see the big picture versus you going in and buying maybe a plan off of you go to Pinterest and buy and get a free one, right? For your Ironman. I would highly recommend getting a coach because the body is going to take longer to recover. You're going to need a little bit longer recovery time as well. With that said, I also suggest looking at getting an HRV device, heart rate variability device. For many years, I wore the Whoop, and I'm trying to get my Whoop again because I really want to see where I'm at when it comes to surfing, and I want to see where I am sleep-wise because I'm not getting enough sleep. I can tell. So I really want to see where I'm at. I will put some articles below about HRV training and about the Whoop. And I think there's a whole bunch of HRV devices out there. So look into that as well. Guess what? Even if you're 5, 6, 8 years older, the mind is stronger. There is a sense of knowing who you are. There's a sense of having that confidence level so much higher than maybe you were 5, 6, 7 years ago, right? That mind, that confidence is at a much higher, just a solid effort, right? You just know what you want, who you are, or who you're becoming, right? Also 5 years, a little factor here, the brain is smarter. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true because you're starting to see things. You're starting to see, okay, she's right. I'm not recovering as quick as I am. Okay, maybe I need to add a little bit more protein tonight because I just burned a whole bunch of calories on this, on a hard effort bike. So I need to get my carbohydrates and my proteins in as quick as possible, after that long effort bike or whatever that might be. So the brain is consuming a whole bunch of stuff that's out there, taking out all the noise that you don't need, right? So whether you're 5 years older, 6, 7, 8 years older, the body's going to take longer to recover. I would suggest getting a coach and an HRV device. The mind is stronger and the brain is smarter. Also, with older athletes, what I will generally do is when you look at the big schedule, when you look at the month and the week, I usually give them a 2-week of going hard as you can. And then that third week is a rest week. If you are under 40, a lot of people will do 3 very, very heavy training weeks and 1 rest week. So if you're over 40, it's going to be a 2 hard week, 1 easy week versus a 3 hard week versus a 1 easy week. All right. And then last but not least, and I'm going to talk about this, strength training. You must get that strength in at least 2 times a week. It's a must. If you're off season, you're doing it 3 times a week. What are you doing? You're doing full body 2 to 3 times a week. And when I'm talking about full body, I am talking about shoulder, back, core, glutes, quads, hamstrings, calves, chest. If you don't have a gym, you don't need a gym. You got body weights. You could go to my Jen Rulon 2.0 Facebook group, and I'm starting to put a whole bunch of workouts in there for y'all, like twice a week. I'm also talking about the podcast in there, and that's going to give you a whole bunch of information, whole bunch of workouts that you could take, whether you have kettlebells, whether you have a dumbbell, whether you don't have any of that and you just need body weight, right? So big picture wise, you took 5 years off from training. What is it going to look like? You're older, so your body's going to take longer to recover, but you're wiser. The training's going to be different. You're going to be 2 hard weeks, 1 easy week versus 3 hard, 1 easy, and strength training. Strength training is crucial. If you need any type of help, you know where to find me. I'm going to put all my information below. I'll put that Facebook group in there. I will put you could DM me on Instagram, Coach Jen Rulon. You could email me, jen@jenrulon.com. And if you want to learn more about my coaching, all you have to do is go to jenrulon.com. All right. I did it under 10 minutes, y'all. Have an amazing day. I hope this little tidbit and fast questions is helpful for you. If it is, you know what to do. Share, like, comment, give me that 5-star rating. And remember, what do I say? I combine my two homes, Texas and Costa Rica. Pura vida, y'all. Bye.